everybody, it's Murray at the 2017 NRA Concealed Carry Guard Expo. This is the first annual one. We're here with Jason with Lucid Optics. We're looking at a whole bunch of other things other than just strictly concealed carry because everybody likes to see all the products. I'm holding one of his, we'll say, tactical pins that they offer, but Lucid offers many products across the scope, whether you're a competitive shooter, whether you're into shorter AR platforms. Jason, let us know what you have new.
Well, we offer everything from the red dot sight through the long range optic, even some of the mill-based precision grade optics. Some of the new stuff for 2017, we offered a universal weapons light, purpose built specifically for the carbine, but fits nicely on a pistol, preferably the larger frames. It's a 300 lumen light. It's aluminum framed, easy to use, runs on 3 AAAs. MSRP is around $159. You're going to see it for a lot less at retail. It's extremely bright.
So you're talking a light that is on the smaller side of actual tactical weapons lights for pistols. I mean, he talked about it being on the larger pistols, but in terms of depth, this is a very small height-wise light. A much easier battery to find. Run time is really long. Very slim design to actually go on your pistol.
Absolutely. We also brought out the 1 to 6, which is a true 1 power. Optically, 1 means none. So you can run it on 1 with both eyes open like you would your common red dot sight on your carbine. But with the fast lever built in, you can flip over to 6 and all the magnification ranges in between and engage targets a little further out. All of our turrets on our optics are lift, make the adjustment, press down to lock. They're reservable. We illuminated this one with the CR2032 battery in blue. There's a lot of science behind blue as an illumination factor because red is an attract. It vibrates. That causes a distortion with your reticle if you're not careful about over brightening it for the light conditions.
Yeah.
Very light, compact, durable.
And I have played and shot with this scope, and he is correct. You can run both eyes open while you're like clearing a house, but you can also go out and your 500-yard shots are very easy. So it's very nice to be able to use both eyes open if you're clearing a very close quarters thing. So this optic is really good just to be able to do the one all be all. If you have one AR, this is a great option.
Absolutely.
But you also have the weapons system that is what a lot of people are more used to seeing on like military type rifles.
With our new P7, this is a dedicated 4-power optic. It offers field of view and eye relief over our competitors. It's durable, chemical rubber housing. We're having a hard time seeing where the failure points are on this one. We've given some samples to the Marines recently, and they have not been able to quite effectively break one during normal use. It's illuminated in blue and red in the same unit, and has our P7 reticle inside of it, which is incremented in 8-minute increments. So if you know your bullet drop, it's easy with a 100-yard zero to place shots out to a mile.
So on this, if you have not watched the video of him trying to destroy this optic, he does a torture test, and some of the things he does is a little obscure and ridiculous, which is very entertaining to watch. But hopefully you would never actually do that to your own stuff. But if you do, it survives. It's very
really simple. We got a good 50-yard zero, unbolted it from the gun, threw it downrange, pulled out a shotgun, and we shot the optic 4 times. Put it back on the gun, and it held zero just fine.
Yeah, and if you feel it, if you get a chance to feel it, you can tell by the way it feels that this is very rugged, very heavy duty. There's no shaking. This is very solid optic. Now let's jump on to the optic that I am shooting.
So you've got the MLX, and you got them before anybody else got them. This is a 4.5 to 18 by 44. It's an exceptionally clear optic. It's mill-based, so all of my increments are based in 10th mils. It is parallax adjustable. All of my magnification increments are precise, but it's first focal plane. So with that reticle inside, all those increments remain the same. Yep. Mil, half mil. Not quite a Christmas tree, but it's clean. Yeah,
so all you long-range shooters out there that are jumping into this is the first optic that you can buy in this quality, first focal plane with all these options that will actually hold up for what's the price point?
$649's MSRP. Again, you're going to see it for less at retail.
Yeah, so you're used to paying double that for something that's not even close to this quality.
Correct.
This is an amazing optic. I've been running this on several different calibers. shooting it, adjusting it. This is an amazing, very, very simple, easy to use, no stuff that you don't need. It's very, very simple adjustment, very easy to adjust out and do.
Let's talk about
awesome.
the adjustment for a second. On the MLX specifically, like the L5, they are lift, make your adjustments, press down to lock. But with the MLX, we've gone toolless in the re-zero of the turret. So when you make that lift, make your adjustment, and you want to re-index that zero to the frame, you lift further, which disengages the spindle. You can re-index to zero, press it down and lock it. Now you're back to being able to run your numbers and dial like you guys crazy like to do.
Yeah, and it's you can feel it. It's not, you know, some you're like, am I high enough? This one you can actually feel when you hit that point. I don't know what you have internally on that, but you can actually feel when you get to that point where you're going to be back to your zero. So it's not an accidental, oops, I went too far.
Right.
You know when you're going up to that point.
Now, we've had some guys talk about it in the field that under stress they've made a mistake. Well, another thing, calm down, relax. If you pay attention to your gear, it'll tell you what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's a very different. Just to adjust, it's a very small amount, and to go to adjust you'll slip all the way back to zero. It's very far pull, so it's not something you're just accidentally doing.
Right.
And then of course you have your original series.
I do.
Which you still shoot even at the long ranges like we shoot with the first focal plane.
I do. Now this is a second focal plane optic. With the way we've got the reticle metered out, though, we take advantage of precise magnification markings, as well as a reticle that is metered in very specific increments. It's a measuring tape.
Right.
Okay, and that's all we're doing with these reticles is giving you a way to measure downrange. For example, on the highest magnification with the L5 and second focal plane, those increments are 2 minutes apart. Okay, economy of scale is you back your magnification off, we'll say 12. Those increments are now 4 minutes apart. You go all the way to 6, those increments are 8 minutes apart, which provides up to 80 minutes of precise holdover in your reticle. So with 100-yard zero, all my centerfire cartridges are mile capable.
Right. And watching you do this before, Jason can sit out and he will adjust his magnification and step from his 200 yard out to 1,000 and shoot this. He knows this system very well, and for you hunters that know MOA, or you hunters that are switching over to long range stuff that are very good with MOA, if you know this system, the MOA system, this is the optic you want to stick with. For those of us that do mill and that's what we know, you know,
absolutely,
we want the other. But if you're an MOA person and you're very comfortable with that, this optic works very well, and it is very precise. Last time we shot, you didn't even range. You just went, we told you, hey, that's 600, you adjusted right on target. So it's very impressive at how precise those measurements are actually with how your adjustment is. Now, the one thing on the table that I want to talk about that really doesn't have anything to do with concealed carry, really doesn't have anything to do with rifles or shooting optic, is this. So for you that like to go watch birds, or you want to just go sit out and look at animals on the hillside, or you want to have it in your house to be able to spot stuff, this is a spotting scope that is usually this big to have all the features in this. This is an amazing, amazing spotting scope.
So you've got the SC9 here. This thing is 9 to 27 in magnification range. We have a 56 millimeter objective lens, and we've optimized the system with the coatings and the lenses that we've got to be the clearest piece of glass you can get in this size, period.
Yep.
And then we brought it back into Lucid reality for cost. This is a sub $500 unit, okay? With its aluminum frame and the ED glass, the performance is there, as well as all the durability and packability.
It'll fit in your cargo pocket.
On your pants.
It is tiny.
Yeah. So I mean, you take the tripod off it, and you've half the weight instantly.
Well, and what I really like, you're going to hold this. However you're going to hold it, like this or one-handed, your adjustments are where your hands are. Mm-hmm. This isn't let me reach down here, let me move. You are adjusting exactly how you're holding this, and it is amazingly clear. You can stand in here and you can zoom in on somebody, and it is awesome how clear and this optic is.
Yesterday, we had a guy down the hallway through people, and he was reading the tag on some guy's shirt that was sticking up out of the back of his shirt at almost 50 yards. That kind of resolution is unheard of at this price point. It just is.
Yeah, and when you have a bunch of gear laying out on the ground, having a very nice small spotting scope is a very good benefit to have. And I have something that's as big as your rifle sitting next to you just so you can see your holes.
And you design it for the high altitude hunter, ounces matter.
A lot.
And you go to pack all that gear in because you need it. You got to make a decision from one side of the canyon to the other if you're going to go over there to hunt. You need the resolution to count points.
Now, are we ever going to see any reticles inside of this?
Working on reticles. I'm going to set it on the first focal plane, so it'll be a Ranger, as well as just an increment measuring tape. We're also working on a 65 millimeter, a little bit bigger, not a whole lot heavier, basically same footprint, a little bit longer.
And you have some other stuff that you're working on as well.
We do. We in January we are going to be releasing a set of binoculars, which are going to be using ED glass performance as well, high definition stuff, set in a really durable, lightweight frame. They're open frame, they're split frame. So if you check out the Facebook page, you'll find kind of a sneak peek at those as well.
And you have a lot of fun stuff on your Facebook page. You have a lot of the crazy, we like to shoot these long range distances, shooting 50, so it's very entertaining to watch your Facebook page. And your Facebook page is?
It's Facebook/Lucid HD7. Can't miss us.
And then if you need to check out any of this gear or want to buy any of the Lucid Optics or chat with Jason, you go to his website.
That is www.lucidoptics.com.
All right, and we're coming to you from the 2017 NRA Carry Guard Expo. Check out more stuff at CrossBreedHolsters.com.